I think the newest Monster Hunter Stories game is secretly a Fire Emblem game. Now, let me explain. As a massive fan of the Monster Hunter series, I was very excited to see a new edition being announced for the Switch too. But during the trailer, I couldn't shake this odd feeling that I wasn't even looking at a Monster Hunter Stories game. It felt like I was looking at a trailer for a more mature, top-down strategy game rather than a 1v1 Pokemon-inspired simplified RPG. And this feeling only grew the more research I did after the fact. I went back to look at previous Monster Hunter Stories announcements and trailers, and a few things really stood out to me. In previous trailers, our main character is almost always seen riding other monsters besides the titular Rathalos. Other trailers also explicitly show 1v1 combat between you and another monster. Neither of these things were shown in the new trailer, but more importantly, what was shown? And what does this mean for the direction of the game in general? Well, the trailer focuses on large-scale battles, featuring many Monster Hunter riders and medieval-style battlements. The trailer also made sure to emphasize that two neighboring kingdoms were on the brink of all-out war. It seems like this game is going to be a political-focused drama with two kingdoms at war, while they're both trying to fight against an oncoming natural calamity. Now, if that isn't a Fire Emblem game story to a T, I don't know what is. So, here is my pitch for how this game is going to go. I think our role is going to be the commander/general for this army, as we also swoop in to have 1v1 battles with Monster Hunter riders as they approach our main castle. In fact, I think one of our first main opponents is going to be this woman here in the red armor, whose design looks like it's heavily inspired by Edelgard from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think the first portion of the game is going to focus on this ongoing feud between these warring kingdoms, and the final act is going to be uniting the kingdoms against a common goal of stopping the calamity and possibly an obvious third act twist, because at the end of the trailer, it's revealed that your Rathalos is actually a twin. And I think that your twin brother is still in possession of the other Rathalos and will be a puppet for the final boss character in the game. Where am I getting this information? Have you watched an anime before? Have you seen a medieval political drama? I feel like destined brothers from a cursed bloodline fighting for control of a kingdom at war is like the peanut butter and jelly of Japanese melodrama. But who knows? It seems like Monster Hunter Stories 3 is setting up to be a very interesting RPG, and even if only half the things I outlined earlier come true, I'm still excited and along for the ride. More Monster Hunter is always a plus in my book. But what do you think? Do you think this new Monster Hunter Stories game is going to be a political drama? If not, what type of game will it be? Let us know in the comments down below.